Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. Yeah, man, clap it up for yourselves, man. Clap it up for yourselves. You made it. Yeah, yes, you made it. Of all people, of all the sperms, yo, there was a time I was talking about my son's mother. And it was like one of those times where I was trying to make her feel better about herself, and I said, "Listen, you made it. Out of all those sperm cells, you made it to the egg." And you were the sperm. I should text her actually. She made me tell her that. Oh, I swear. Listen, I love too deeply. That's my only problem, man. Anyway, there's a few topics I want to get into, but I've been trying to give y'all this Drake show for a minute. I told y'all I did a show where I touched on everything. Pause, if you need to. And I did speak on Drake versus DJ Head. Pause. Shout out to DJ Head. Pause again. All right. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on the Max B release, and more importantly, it's a few different things that are really important about the Max B release, and he has an opportunity to prove a few things that I think may go on and may be going on. Also, I'm going to speak on the part of black culture that needs to die, which is the street culture. Because even the street niggas are saying, all right, you know what? Let's go ahead and pack this up. Let's go ahead and end this era. Listen, all right, as the OGs, we telling y'all, this ain't no good. But the thing is that the OGs ain't, y'all not the parents of these YNs. So it's like, But anyway, but the street culture as a whole, we've all decided, especially as the OGs of the game and the OGs or older black men in general, you know what? Let's not. Everyone, all the old niggas is kind of saying, you know what? Let's not. So we can speak on that real quick if I get there. Let's see. I'm gonna share a clip with Aiden Ross standing on business, talking that shit. You know what I mean? In regards to Whack 100, I'm gonna speak on that. Oh, but the main thing, the reason why I want to talk about the DJ Head interview, so he was recently on the Joe Budden podcast, and again, I keep telling y'all, the bag ran out allegedly in terms of the money that whatever kickback the Joe Budden podcast was getting allegedly. So when you watch this, right, it's very clear that like they're all like, all right, well, listen, bro, we're not getting paid this week to say that Kendrick is the best rapper alive and to dance not like us. So therefore, like, you can go ahead and cut the shit. The Cash so eloquently and so kindly told him to cut the shit. So anyway, so the reason why that conversation needs to happen, or I need to speak on that conversation, is because, first of all, in the black culture and black community, we have created a rest haven and a safe haven for hoes and a safe haven for haters. And I'm telling y'all, you cannot prop up untalented, hating ass niggas and ungrateful ass niggas. Okay? I'm so tired of seeing you do dark skinned niggas get online and try to fix your lips to sound so eloquent and so intelligent while you trying to explain this whole Drake and Kendrick bullshit to me. All right? I'm gonna stand on business. I'm gonna say it again. All those records that Kendrick put together for that beef were all ass. Those were all beats you would never use to rap on or to diss anyone. And if this nigga was a brand new artist, you would just say that was ass. You would say that sucked. You would say, like, where are the receipts, all right? But bigger than that, like I said before, I mean, it's a few things. Being as though black culture has created a safe haven for hoes and a safe haven for haters, those people can influence the rest of y'all to the point where they can change culture and make certain shit cool. I have to ask y'all, when in the history of people, when in the history of niggas, did we ever say it was okay to be a hater? And over the last year, I have to say it's been a year of hate. But it makes sense. It is the American way, and especially for you niggas, to have resentment for any man that actually produces, for any man that actually makes shit happen. Because innately, y'all niggas love chaos. You love for things to get topsy-turvy. You love for things to get a little hectic. You like a little kung fu fighting. It was a little bit frightening. Listen, hold on, man.
Because I always respected your hairline on television.
All right, man. So we're going to go ahead and get into the show, man. I've been trying to get out of the show for a couple of days. It ain't been working out, but listen, we don't give up. I have a hard time giving up. I don't know if you know that about me or not. But I have a hard time giving up. Anyway, my name is Six Paths Dice. Mr. Lane, if you need me, please subscribe to the channel. All right, I appreciate you. Put a like on the video, please. All right, show some support to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Don't mind me. I'm just a man who gave himself mad jobs, and one of my jobs is to help you improve your relationships to people, places, and things. I'm gonna support you on your spiritual walk, no matter what that is. Because you can't have good long-term thinking without good faith, and everything is a spiritual journey. Listen, man. Welcome to Six Paths TV. You already know how we do it over here, man. Subscribe to the channel. You know, we'll just jump into that thing. We go ahead and you know, start off with a few tunes. You feel me? Let's start off here, man. Let's do brand new, man. My own savior, I'll be my own savior. I'll be my own savior. When your best thing good. Yo, girl talking no sassy issues to get the thing she don't have to get. Off say I'm doing nasty licks, it's free at last, not last you rich. On this stage I do classic shit, cut your body in half for a magic trick. I shouldn't be allowed with some magic shit. I'm carrying around, hop out the casket, bitch. Wearing all white looking godly nigga. The streets is action for a body, my nigga. Just get warm like Psyche, my nigga. I got the bounce like Mikey, my nigga. Smoking my shit from the top of the mountain, white nigga. Police, they got me surrounded. Save myself, I'm my own savior. Just false standing, I'm my own lady. I make your head like Charles Xavier. I don't fuck with bros, they got bad behavior. You a pop fan, big hater. What's a queen making to the king making? Only kings make queens, I'm a king, baby. But you independent, do your thing, baby. Black man, I love you and you are free. But I was the nigga from blood and the leaves. Passport bro with a bitch overseas. Purpose is first, ain't no bitch over me. Own your shit, cause you don't own me. Nah, built this bitch, nah, you owe me. What? Still know what the fuck I'm about. Lil Saint in the rain, Lil Wayne and drop Jerome in the house. Fuck your couch. No, that's babe, but this shit ain't round. My own. Yeah. I don't run my shit, but I do keep on switching to Space Jam. I don't run my shit, but I do keep on switching to Space Jam. What you feel? Yo, I'm mad you go give scotches out. Smoking the cookie, the Oscar, the garage is bad one. Boots on my side, 500 bits that can swallow a prostitute. Rah, like a Dungeon Dragon. Lights to carry, nigga, pants are sagging. Black G-Rap, match the bitch with the wagon. Cave your chest like Bin Laden. Let your man be a man when it costs me the rent. Fuck you busy, me call when it rest. Let that know you got the money I sent you. I cuss ass out on fucking potential. Move by faith, right where I need it, baby. Worry about shit, I don't need you to believe me. Baby in my lap like DDG. She get a head for stuff, she get a DDT. Motions, that's true. Train the shade of building, don't be afraid. Pay my money's worth, you know Big Daddy got proof. Last one standing, last one y'all wanna feel my emotions. I don't feel my emotions, still got motion. Moving slow motion. Bags around me, feel like an ocean. Who lyrics you quoting? The box is head, it feel like you Logan. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. I told my bro I got one life to live. One man to 6 wives and thousands of kids. She was from Virginia, but she moved to Jersey. Plotting on me, she the new Cersei. Covered in gold like the old Jersey, but I'm done with mercy. Bitch, have mercy, never dawned on me. You want me to lose? Makes more sense when we do what you do. One last thing, go fuck yourself. Don't step any season, not accumulate wealth. Every rich nigga done been broke before. I'm so bosses got smoked before. Like a D-boy down, so dump no more. What I bitch that shit coast to coast no more. I smack you up, I get it in with you niggas, yeah. Get it in with you niggas. That's true. Train the shade of building, don't bear fruit. Pay my money's worth, you know Big Daddy got proof. Last one standing, last one y'all wanna feel my emotions. I don't feel my emotions, still got motion. I move in slow motion. Bags around me, feel like an ocean. Who lyrics you quoting? The box is head, it feel like he's Logan. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. Think I'm the wing in. Drawing the blank, man. Around my shit, but I do give a motherfucker switch to the Space Jam. But I do keep a switch to the Space Jam. What you feel is the ocean. Yeah. 500 pounds, 500 pounds, 500 pounds. Call me up now, bitch, I'm around. I'm in your town, got multiple styles. I figure shit out, Yo, 500 pounds. 500 pounds, 500 pounds. Call me up now. Bitch, I'm around. I'm in your town. Got multiple styles. I figure shit out. Covered in gold. find your pounds, find your pounds. Yo, you ain't got the heart to tell to stand out. Your mama so mad, I'm not a man now. Wolves in the hood, I tell them stand down. Bitch ass nigga looking for a handout. All pink, everything's my cousin camp style. This my season, summer Sam style. With type of way, but I'm flow nothing except for these hoes. Ain't nothing because I still cook me, nigga. Food better be bust be bags in the crib. All them cousins be holding me down. They ain't holding no Guatemala Colorado, smoking on the Denver nugget. Saying shit is the future with the digital down. Making bad hoes worry about standing out. I want shit tell me how bitter I sound. I don't bet my nigga bitch just hit me with a pound. What? They don't like my life. I don't need your life. And I don't want your life. Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Is that my baby? My vision hazy. Yo. I know it's not who I think it is. Thick ass styles and a couple kids got you out the way. Run my best shit, pull a bad bitch on my left rib. I cash up myself for the babysitter. I might spin the block, have a baby with you. Young OG now. Hit the penthouse like the holy ground. I know it's not who I think it is. Thick ass styles and a couple kids got the funds for the purchase. Boy, right on me like Chloe and Burn the boy. I got potential, my solution. Come to me, her I'm the doctor, bitches. I'm out for blood, you would not forgive if you're not my sister, you're not my sister. Hold on, you're doctor, bitches. Back, Batman and Robin with it. The crew run, the crew run. It done out here, now you can't be undone. Had to realize you fucking crazy. Vision, hazy, silent, crazy. Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Is that my, yo, I'm big daddy, not your baby daddy. Putting hands on hips, high girl, get at me. Angel deficit's not the day. And parents get top in the hideaway. There's certain things I forgot to say. Shit goes up, I go right away. Yeah, I ain't text back right away. If she ever tell me what the fuck not to say, that's a good thing. I don't fucking need you. The winner complete you, the evil's the feature. The other way around, left you crown. Kings make queens, sleep around town. I'm a dude. Know you're down right. I'm a 23 and my bitch on the same age. You working hard after fucking beautiful women. Sipping wine in a beautiful linen. No, it's not who I think it is. Thick ass styles and a couple kids got you out the way. On my best shit, pull a bad bitch on my left rib. Made you nervous. Search your purpose. Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Is that my? I think I like my life. No, I don't need your life. I think I love something. I don't write love songs. Is that my baby? Is that my baby? Talking crazy. My vision hazy. What's up? I had to go. I had to go. Hey, I still love you. I hope you know. I hope you know.
Alex, don't stop it.
Say the truth. We were never meant to be. Sorry, I had to leave. Sorry, I had, yo. Manpower come for not giving a fuck. Oh, if I represented my baby, knock if you bug. Divine feminine touch, divine masculine lust. Being my masculine friend, I ain't doing too much. What you mean I ain't building shit? I built this whole country, leaving notes on my mirror saying, why don't you love me? Talking 50-50, should have known you was bugging. Good men aren't kidding, so let me know if we fucking, let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. Saying who loves you. There's no we, my nigga, there's no us. Get it, I don't know you don't know me. Saying who loves you. I don't care what you say, my nigga, that's not love. Like, yo, I'm cool with fit. Had no friend with the truth. I said zoom. Give me some room, I'm getting loose. Ooh. Feeling wiggly as a crackhead tooth. I said, girl, don't touch nothing, just let me produce. In space, you take out the lies you make up. Y'all with you when you wake up. We fucking with no makeup. I do this in remembrance, so I remember when. Yeah, this is when I lost my innocence. 32 years to find my path. For my son, I cut the time in half. So at 16, we smoke our first blunt together. It's a 6 path. Yeah, baby daddy can never. I say, power to the people, bitch, I'm about to do maintenance. Used to want to be your nigga, used to want to be famous. It's the kid that ain't hitting them legs that keep licking. You ain't clumsy like Fergie, my niggas, so stop tripping the moments that we're giving the moment and start clicking. Select a good time to rhyme something with bitches. For a fact that fiction, you wanna borrow some friction. You don't know me no more, and don't you fucking forget it, let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. Saying who loves you. There's no we, my nigga, there's no us, let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. They will call me. I hate you so much right now. I know you shine like a diamond cause there's diamonds in your mouth. Or you shine like a diamond cause I put diamonds in your mouth. And I can even hear the beauty and you cussing me out. I used to want your life, but I don't need your life. I never met my wife, but yo, I love my wife. Yo, I used to want a life that was better than yours. Now I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. Man, these kings be warring. For nothing important, I got bitches in warring. All the way out of orange. I made a kingdom in my house, now my orange. Bros are pouring. I be Voltron phone when I say power to the people. Bitch, I'm about to do maintenance. Used to want to be your nigga. Used to want to be famous. I used to want a life that was better than yours. Now I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. I'm saying. saying.
I want your body. If you love me, let me get your.
No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like,
You feel me?
Oh my God! I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this.
Can't.
Yo, I cannot.
So everybody go get your rap on.
You understand? What's good with everybody, man? Let's get to it, man. I've been trying to get to this topic for a long time now. So first and foremost, like I said before, we cannot create a rest haven for hoes if we can't create a safe haven for the haters. You understand me? Because you will get caught with that motherfucking bean out, nigga.
The whole show in Chicago with the bean out,
nigga.
First time going.
You understand? We get caught with the bean out. Before we get into other topics and whatnot, damn, it's already 10 o'clock. I've already crossed my time. Already at my limit. But you know what? I got a hard time giving up. That's my only problem. I got a few problems. That's one of my only problems. One of my problems is I love too deeply. Another problem I got is I can't never give up. You know what I'm saying? I can't give up. You understand what I'm saying?
That I'm parking the church is not just for me. It's for the church. It's for us. Can we drive it? No. God wouldn't want that in Jesus' name.
Shit, all right. But anyway.
Bitch ain't never been happy.
Let's go ahead and get to the show, man. Let's do I've been wanting to get these clips on Instagram for a little while now and just give y'all a brief reaction. First and foremost, I don't know who this is, but shout out to her. Let's go ahead and give her some flowers real quick. You know what I'm saying? I love like the subtle swag. Oh, my bad. Hold up. I am not sharing my screen. Never mind. 1 second, y'all. Yeah, let's go ahead and go through Instagram real quick and react to a few Johns on Instagram. Have a little fun. I'm trying to have more fun with the content. I be realizing, yo, you're not having fun, okay? And you all know, all work and no play gets the 6 pass a pinched nerve.
Bitch ain't never been happy.
Yo, you see her footwork? I like this clip. Listen, we're gonna just start reviewing clips that got good energy, okay? And I love the facial expression where she just gets hitting that shit mad calm and mad smooth. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. All right, see what we got, man. Let's see what we got. What's worth looking at? All right, okay, you know what? Okay, in simping news, I was gonna touch this from the from the Twitter, but fuck it. Let's go from here. Let's get it. Let's go. First of all, you know what? I'm just not as well versed in sports, so I had no idea who this was. I didn't even know this was Meg Thee Stallion. I don't be knowing this Meg Thee Stallion if she's not doing certain things. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Oh my God!
I don't know if it's her, if she's not dancing, or if I don't see a wide shot Meg Thee Stallion, I don't know it's Meg Thee Stallion because he's supposed to be, to a certain degree. I don't like when celebrities come online like barefaced because I feel like you're trying to flex. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm cute with no makeup on. Which again, I get it. You're on live. It's a candid video. But then a person like me gets a little bit confused. But also Klay Thompson, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I talked to the rest of the council of the council of light skinned kings. You are pushing it, my boy. All right, you are not representing light skinned niggas good at all. All right, you get awfully close to Joe Budden territory. Joe Budden is still one of the light skinned kings. All right, he's one, but he's like an underground lord. All right, he's like an underground lord. He's like an underlord, a dark lord, some kind of, I want to say slum lord, but it doesn't really apply. But anyway, but back to Klay Thompson, fam. This is Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, you don't give her a bouquet of roses. If you give her a piece of your mind, you give her a bouquet of roses.
I'm sorry, babe. Damn it. I'm sorry. I thought I timed it well. I'm sorry. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
One slice of bread. Roses for my boo.
Fam, I don't know if this is like some weird TikTok content, because maybe this is TikTok content. Maybe this is content creation. Someone let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I ain't never been happy.
Bitch
What?
ain't never been happy.
I don't know what's going on here. First and foremost, first of all, you're a celebrity. Why are you picking up from the airport? That's one. Two. Why is she in the back seat? That's what I'm saying. Is this some kind? First of all, I don't believe any of this is real. I'm starting to really understand. I keep forgetting. It's been a minute since I covered this story, and I keep forgetting that this isn't real. First of all, nothing with Meg Thee Stallion is real. Like Meg Thee Stallion is like the ultimate. How can I say like it's almost like watching. She's like a fictional character. Nothing she does sticks. Like she doesn't face any consequences for anything. Like even like not being a good rapper, like she doesn't get to face the consequences. No, I'm lying. She kind of is facing the consequences of being a bad rapper now. But for the most part, look how long she got away with this shit. But what people? Well, I'm gonna speak to the tweet right here. 'Cause I saw the shit online. Right, the person online said, and you can see it right here on the bottom right, and they say, dating a man like. Dating a man like this changes the brain chemistry for the better. So again, I know this is very hard to understand. This is angering for a lot of you men out there. Okay, it depends on what phase you in right now. I'm in a phase of peace. All right, I have subscribed to the free agent lifestyle. Your boy chilling. I am happy and peaceful. Matter of fact, hold on. That's the sound of no one complaining in my space. A lot of you niggas, let me tell you something right now. If I wanted to put Full Metal Alchemist posters up, if I wanted to put Dragon Ball Z posters up, if I wanted to put up Hello Kitty posters, no one can stop me. Not even Thanos. You know what I'm saying? No one can
I'm
stop me.
talking to church. It's not just for me. It's for the church. It's for us.
Can we drive it?
No. God wouldn't want that in Jesus' name.
Anyway, so it's like Meg Thee Stallion doesn't have to face any consequences, and it's almost like things need to go a certain way to make sure the Meg Thee Stallion show keeps going. Meg Thee Stallion is a social experiment gone wrong. Meg Thee Stallion is literally the rap She-Hulk. You ever seen She-Hulk? She is the worst, literally the worst written Marvel character of all time, probably. And it gave this janky broader show. You never even tested this character to find out, does anyone actually care for a She-Hulk show? You just said, fuck that. Fuck everyone else. Black Panther can't get no show. Spider-Man can't get no show. But She-Hulk can get a show. All right? That's that DEI shit. Or D-I-E? D-E-I? D-E-I. And Megan is living on fantasy DEI mode. D-E-I. Not D-I-E. DEI. Sorry. So it's a weird thing to say in terms of the sounds. You know what I'm saying? They got
Goddamn, God did it. I used to look.
But let's speak to why these individuals respond this way. For the men out there, like I said before, to help you understand this, you have to see all the parallels between how women think and how children think in terms of maturity. And to help you understand it, I want you to think about how serious did you take things when you were 14, 15 years old, and there was the limit to how seriously you could take things because you haven't developed the empathy and the compassion for other people. That comes through experience, and it's a process. All right, your brain goes through different levels of development, and also if you don't go through certain have certain life events, your brain will automatically not go through certain levels of development. Like you will not mature to the next level if you're not forced to use your brain in a certain kind of way. That's really how we like push people's minds forward. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, the average 12th grader is smarter than so many previous generations of people in terms of education. I'm saying if you think about someone from the 20th century, early 20th century, in terms of the kind of education you could expect someone to have, it was very common for someone to say, or for you to have a grandparent that said that you stopped going to school in 3rd grade or stopped going to school in 4th grade, and that was legal back then. If a child just stopped going to school, that was legal. That was perfectly fine. If he said, you know what, I'm leaving elementary school and I'm going down to the mill, the factory, going down there to lose some fingers. Little kids was losing fingers back then, man. They had little kids in factories back then. Shit was crazy, man. Everybody get their rap on.
So everybody go get your rap on.
Something I heard CGA say during his debate with Andrew Wilson, and the thing he said was, when we talk about making relationships and marriages the way it was in a different time, we have to kind of also consider everything else that was going on. And we have this thing where we think that we can take life a la carte. And we can say, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. But totally ignore the things that come with that. So for example, let's just say, I wish I were rich and famous. One side effect or one, if I'm rich and famous, the rich part will make it to where I don't have to worry about money. The rich part makes it to where I have money for entertainment, money to enjoy life. But famous is what comes with rich, right? Or you could say famous is a byproduct, right? So famous will mean that, hey, if someone doesn't like you, they know where you are all the time. You know what I'm saying? They can actually find you out and about, right? More people who don't like you know who you are. So, you know, you have that, right? Also, when you go to the stores, no, you can't just sit down and go to the store. I'm sorry, you can't sit down and eat. People may come up to you and ask for a picture. People want to engage you and talk to you all the time when you're famous. That's what comes with it. So that's kind of how I see it. And that was an argument that CGA made about, you know, when men talk about these traditional marriages. And me personally, I think that men, we're going to have to figure things out and rejigger this whole thing and decide, okay, this is what we're looking for. This is what needs to happen. This is the criteria. Because for the most part, men have lost all criteria to the point where society thinks that there's certain things that if you see it visually, it communicates certain things about their relationship. So for example, the Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion relationship, right? One of the reasons that women think that this is a good relationship is because she looks happy. But in general, if the woman looks happy, the guy could be real laid back and unemotional and kind of just there. If the woman is smiling a whole lot, universally on the outside looking in, aesthetically, that's seen as, okay, they have a good relationship because she seems like she's really in love with him and she seems really happy. And that's how people gauge it. Whereas if the dude was look really happy with her all the time, excuse me, and she kind of just there, or she kind of just, you know, just kind of receives him. Kind of like how Russell Wilson and Sierra are. I'm not saying that they don't like one another. I'm not saying she don't want him, but she doesn't make, you guys are on camera. You guys are on the world stage. I think she's very laid back about him. She never there's no clips online of Sierra talking about Russell Wilson in a way that makes you say, yo, I wish I had a pretty girl or a beautiful woman to talk about me in that same way. Or I wish there was someone who looked at me that same way. I was listening to this Zayn song, and the lyrics to the song, they're saying, I wish I could send you my love. All right, I'm guessing it's about a long distance love, the person's far away, right? But you can hear the intention. And matter of fact, you can hear the eloquent expression of the feelings that these young ladies have for the men that they're talking about. And I'm not saying that there's no romance in R&B at all in 2025, but when I hear these girls sing, listen, all of the popular R&B singers, I'm afraid of them. Now, again, celebrities have always been crazy, but every man can admit, yo, if you have any kind of sense, you are afraid of a girl who looks like Summer Walker. You know what I'm saying? And all right, we back to it. So overall, the reason why, all these Keishas, and these feminist-minded girls, they love this kind of shit because, for the most part, it represents a way of life that will allow them to keep making bad decisions. Will allow them to not have to follow no kind of rules, no kind of structure. Because you got to realize that women in their minds, I won't say they thrive in chaos, but they enjoy chaos, and chaos is where they have the most power. Like women and children mostly only have power and status in chaos, right? Like if you think about like a neighborhood, right? If you think about like a suburb, there's no way a 16-year-old boy or boy that's under 18 can like take control of a suburban block or can like do what he wants on this block and nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's the suburbs. There's also men there who are in those houses and those men have firearms, right? Or he wouldn't be able to terrorize the neighborhood. Matter of fact, because at some point the cops are going to come, and also those men in those houses are going to defend their houses, all right? Because again, a lot of niggas don't know this, but it's normal for men who have homes and families to have firearms in the home. All right. Hey, hold on, make sure that I'm on the right mic before I keep going further. All right, cool. So that's a normal thing. Whereas in the hood, a young boy and a few of his friends or a group of young men could single-handedly terrorize the whole neighborhood. They could be vandalizing cars, breaking into cars, breaking into people's houses and stuff like that. And it would just be hell to try to stop them, or it would take a long time or more of a concerted effort. Whereas like that shit's not going to happen in the suburbs because there's more order in the suburbs, right? So anywho, so I wanted to check on that, touch on that real quick. So we got that out the way. Let's see what else we got here, man. I know I had a few of the things that I ain't really talk about yet. Let's see what we got. Fuck it. We can start. We can start from over here, man. Let's see what we got, man. We can start from down here, I think. You know what? Real quick, let's go ahead and get into women and their baby daddies, okay?
It's that we're being here for the kids. Really? You don't even know, bro. A bitch be tired, bro. A bitch be really tired, bro.
So this is Christian. So Christian. So Christian Rock, first of all, I really feel like Christian Rock and her whole family, there are certain people who have demon DNA. You are related to actual demons. Me personally, I think it's some Caribbean people who have actual like demonic blood where if there were like demons like walk the earth that could like mate with like human beings, Caribbean people behave as if like they have a closer link to like demons in hell than like regular people. I mean, they have like a fire in them that is demonic. So I feel like Christian Rock is one of those people. Like, it's again another person that's famous from the internet who behaves and act like it's almost not real. Like she's almost like she's ghetto to the point where it's unreal. But what it really is, honestly, is this kind of crazy behavior. People don't like to hear this, but that's kind of a side effect of low intelligence. Like when you're a person who was ultimately it's bad problem solving. When people crash out and get really emotional and they want to fight and stuff like that, they're usually not too intelligent. Because again, lack of understanding leads to frustration, and then frustration will kind of lead to violence. And that's kind of how she moves and how she operates. Like she doesn't really operate like an actual adult whatsoever. But I talk about this because I was watching this shit with Academics. He was making a really good point about DeJounte Murray and Jania, young boy's baby mother. And he made an interesting point about how it looks when a woman is looking at the man that she really wants, and you see it, and you see it for yourself, and how differently it hits. You know what I'm saying? So the dude she with now, you know, he a young guy as well. So to a certain degree, I always say this: if a woman wants to take a nigga for a ride, yo, get you a nigga in his 20s, especially a nigga want to come up that need help. Because, where she's at right now, right? Well, she was never going to wind up with a good dude, really. But at this point, any guy that has sense, unless he has very low self-esteem or he wants to cosplay a hood nigga, they understand you really can't. You can't have a regular relationship with a girl like Christian Rock. Christian Rock is chronically violent. It is crazy. So anyway, so this is what it is. When you see a woman, this is how she talks about a man that she really wants. Another thing too is that, yeah, this is more of an extreme version of it. But for you guys out there, when it comes to you dating women who already got kids, especially when they got kids, bro, now a woman can be alpha widowed by a man that she quote unquote never been with. Shout out to Jada Pinkett and Tupac, right? But when they've had a child together, a lot of the time, in her mind, they are still together. right? And in her mind, she always has you in competition with him, especially if you're like a real ignorant. Yo, if he a nigga that go to jail, because again, black women love a nigga that go to jail. Because you got to realize they like them more because they relate to them more. They see them as more fun, more easier to control. Because again, a lot of times those guys they are easy to control. These niggas are little boys to the point where they don't have credit. They're little boys to the point where they can't get an apartment on their own, or they've never had an apartment in their name, or they never had a car in their name. Bro, you know what that mean when you don't have shit in your name, especially as a grown man? Listen, that woman at any given time can tell you you have to get out and you have to leave. She can call the cops on you and shit like that, and the cops can ask you to leave the apartment. You know what I'm saying? If that car not in your name and everything, right, fam? That woman could declare that car stolen and get your ass pulled over by driving it. You understand? Men don't relate to this shit because men's minds, right? They think that when they deal with a woman, that it makes them a good dude if they make everything easy for the woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you necessarily gotta make things hard, but at the same time, y'all gotta understand what women actually like respond to and what they actually respect. So I'm gonna go ahead. Well, real quick before we go any further, let's go ahead and check out Christian with her actual man and what her new man had to say about how she been acting. Check this shit out.
Hey, they think y'all broke up.
That goofy shit, oh God.
They think y'all broke up.
You gotta let the internet do what the internet do. You feel me?
Goddamn, nigga, God did it.
Me personally, I'm not responding to it.
Yeah. You got to. You fly, you cute.
Not just regular. But you know, listen.
Hey,
Jay. We know why y'all mad though. But you know.
Really?
So let's
You
talk.
mad for no reason?
Hey, they think y'all broke up.
That goofy.
So I just showed you a video of her crying over Blueface. There's already several clips online of her and Blueface together. You understand? Let me tell you something. In this young nigga's mind, right? That's how you feel about it. He is trending. These is new kind of niggas. First of all, he got tattoos on his face. Okay? Tattoos on his. The first thing you notice when you see this nigga is just the artwork on his face. So I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what that means. You know what that means. That means he don't give a good goddamn. He don't care what she do. He trending because of her. Okay? I mean, at least that's what I think it is. I don't know. Because this shit don't make no damn sense. Listen, clout chasing or clout security is the only thing that makes any of this make sense. But anywho, I wanted to, this is the kind of link the two topics. So I wanted to share this shit from academics. And I love how he actually phrased this last part. I'm going to try to get right to it, right? Real quick. Hold on. I think it's here.
Up his eyes. I'm not. By the way, I'm not.
All right, so he was reacting to footage of her. This is Jania. Damn, where's it at? So this. Oh, all right, but here we go. So this is Jania. Jania is young boy's baby mother, right? And apparently, now listen, I'm an old nigga now, so I don't know about all the happenings and going ons of NBA young boy. I mean, I know niggas like young boy, but I didn't know how big young boy was. Pause. How come ain't no Drake and Young Boy? Anyway, so I didn't know how big of an artist Young Boy was. So apparently this nigga is a superstar to these young niggas. So shout out to him, right? So footage popped up of Jania at the nigga concert, turning up at the concert and everything. And what academics are speaking to is this is authentic. This is authentic affection and adoration, right? And I spoke on this the other day about, Mr. Murray, the DeJounte Murray, and he spoke on his frustrations about her, and what he was basically saying was like, listen, I have been supporting this girl. I've done this, I've done that. Basically, he's invested a lot of money into the relationship, and also, I mean, I'm not that familiar with these people because they're very young, right? But at the same time, he has a child with her as well, right? And the post that he put up, which we're going to see in a second, we looked at it the other day too. The post talks about, listen, in so many words, why are the fans coming at me for not wanting my girl to be out and about as if she's single? And that's one of the biggest problems that men have in this era is that they think they can buy their way out of who a woman really is, or they can pay her enough to not be herself, right? Not only that, and I get it, he's a young guy, but there's too much information out there for you to think that you're going to get with NBA young boys BM and have you a happy ending. Listen, to a certain degree, men can be very arrogant and very delusional. There was absolutely no reason for you to ever believe that you can turn Jania into your wife. Don't get me wrong. This is what I mean by over managing. Women had to be careful to not over imagine and fly into the sky, and men had to be careful to not over manage, where you try to manage or control something that you do not have the leadership skills or the know-how or the know-how to actually handle. So I always use the analogy of the car, right? So yeah, maybe changing the tire, maybe changing the oil, because these are all things that just require a few steps. It's not really a complex system that you're taking apart. But radiator, okay, or even the cooling system. The cooling system is multiple parts to it, right? So you would have to be more careful with how you put that together, and that would require more of a professional. Like brake pads, again, those are simply like those are simple pieces to take off and put back on. Almost anyone could do that with some tools and a little bit of know-how, right? But again, troubleshooting, fixing an actual engine, no, that requires a different level of know-how and shit like that, right? So that's how men have to know how to not overmanage. So what men will also do, and maybe it's a little bit of delusion, because let me tell you something right now. Also, men do this shit where they'll let hope take over. Because a lot of what keeps men in relationships and gets them into relationships is the hope that the woman's telling the truth, that the hope that the woman's going to hold them down. Because at some point, he talked to her about basically, what do you want out of life? Do you want to be together as a family? And she made him feel as though she wants to have a family. And here she is out and about. And the reality is this, bro. You got to allow women to be who they want to be. This right here, DeJounte Murray, this is someone who's listening to you Andrew Wilson ass niggas, who listening to these faith-based influencers who are telling you that God's coming to save your marriage, or God's or they want how can I say, they basically want church and state to come back together to enforce women to be good wives and be traditional and create social pressure and all this type of shit. Andrew Wilson actually told Coach Greg that there are going to be pastors who can come into the house and pressure a woman to give their husband sex. And that's going to be an available solution. And I'm like, damn. But what so Coach Greg pointed out that he was getting awfully close to suggesting that basically you marry a 12 and 13-year-old. Because again, we start talking about virgins, and we start talking about, all right, at what age is a woman likely to be a virgin still? Yo, you want to start going down pretty young. You want to start going down to 14, 15. Right, so getting a virgin, an attractive virgin, is not realistic, and it's not something you should hope to even find, right? But not only that, having religion play, I guess you could say like an intervention type of thing. I'm sorry, having a religious entity intervene into your relationship, that's awfully like the Mormon culture, and to a certain degree, not even to a certain degree, in cultures like that, the women are forced into those relationships. At the end of the day, we talk about keeping it play. We talk about when a man is and when a man isn't. Yo, one thing that my ego cannot take, don't get me wrong, you don't gotta be head over heels and love me and nothing like that, but I don't want to be with no woman who really don't want to give it to me. You understand? And at that point, y'all will become the kind of men who don't care if the girl don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Rather than responding by upping your game. And taking the leverage back, because that's the next part of it is when you up your game. It's not about her approving of you. No, when you up your game, you'll have more leverage. But all right, so this is it right here.
YB. You could tell. Getting from the free throw line by that nigga who looked like he belonged in Space Jam. Wimpy, y'all violating this nigga, man. Wait, are they on the same team? I can't. Anyway, fuck that.
I heard this right here. Boom.
He turned up. I go outside doing all that ratchet shit. Now, granted,
I think this is multiple pictures of her at multiple concerts for YB. Fam, this shit look crazy. No, absolutely not. My nigga, listen. If your ex is a rapper, you're not going to his concert and getting right up front. This is fucking crazy. This shit look crazy, bro. She's like, she has a whole new man. She's had a child by this man and everything. And here she is in YB's face. That shit, listen, you can't stop the shining. We keep telling y'all niggas, no one's coming to save you. Boss the fuck up. Get your life together. Choose better. Who you think you are? And you know what? Academics is going to get into a really important point about, bro, you signed up for this shit. Like, it's like, what do you think you're doing? Who do you think you are? But like I was saying before, it is the culture to build up black men's tolerance and palate for disrespect. That's because you got to realize that a lot of other things have to happen before things go so far that these people live together. They have children together, right? And they have a life together. There were a bunch of red flags that any intelligent man could see, but he more than likely she got him with the hope that, well, he had the hope that she would improve and that she would up her game. That's not how women move. Women do not self-correct that way, bro. Okay? That's a point in life that men come to. And then men spread that to other people. When he self-corrects, when he levels up, he goes around and he spreads the story of, yo, like for example, let's say weight loss, right? Like, yo, I used to be, like I always tell people, yo, I used to be over 300 pounds, bro. I used to be like 320. Like, I look at my old like license and whatnot. Now, I still got a big ass face, but the way I know that my face was way bigger, yo, my eyes look mad small, look like unnaturally small, like real beady, because my face was too big for my eyes. You understand me? So anyway, but going back to the whole self-correction thing, I always speak on that, and of course, I'm getting tired of saying 30, 40 pounds, but so I got another about 25 pounds to go for me to make the content look how it needs to look, for me to have all my neck muscles out and shit. You know what I mean? Gotta lose about 25, 30 more pounds. I mean, I lost a few pounds, but I gotta lose about 30 more to really, really be in my bag and for shit to look how it need to look. You understand me? God, you know what? Shit. What? They got Diddy. Come on, man. They got Diddy.
Goddamn, nigga, got Diddy. I used to look.
You understand? Anyway, let me finish playing this clip. So, this is some burning desire for your ass, nigga.
I don't know if you guys know their history. They were together for a long time. But she's another man's girl now, right? However, she went here. She popped out to some clubs. And people couldn't figure out, look. Now let me tell you, and this is me ad-libbing. It been nothing but drama up in that crib. Let me tell you this. Whenever you see a girl around the type of nigga she really want, that's just a bitter taste. Pause. Whenever you see your girl around the nigga she really want, you can't even look at her the same way. Because it's a difference. You can see it from night and day. You know how she had fun with you. And when you see her with the nigga she really wanted, it's a different type of fun. Different type of fun, gang. So, DeJounte Murray was probably on a back-to-back road game.
Speak on it. Damn.
Crossed over.
Damn.
Getting dumped off from the free throw line by that nigga who looked like he
The whole show in Chicago with the bean out. First,
violating this nigga, man.
With the bean out.
Wait, are they on the same team? I can't tell. Anyway, fuck that. The point is this. When he get back to the hotel, he got ice wrapped around his legs because he's sore as a motherfucker. He's looking up on the gram and he's seeing his future wife and baby mama having lustful eyes.
Wow, fucked your homegirl last night. They pull out, homie. What's up, homie?
You could tell she want to shake ass so bad. Look. He know. Now, I'm gonna tell you my theories make sense. Jania was in no. Am I messing it up? No, wasn't it DeJounte? No, that might have been Drea. They were in the club. Budden is another thing. Yo, she looking at him like a proud baby mom. So, okay, I think that was the Dre shit. It's the same shit. Anyway, now people started speculating, and I've always said I'm impressed by how NBA players carry themselves with women. There's only a few NBA players that move really sloppy with women. James Harden's one of them. Like James Harden is fucking whatever random thought in Houston tonight, and that's how basketball players move. If you realize the amount of rappers who get exposed as opposed to basketball players, yes, there's gonna be a Zion like a big W every so often, but a lot of these guys, they know that their brand and the company they work for, they're not rappers. So if you have a lot of women saying random stuff about you, you could lose your job. So they're a little bit better at vetting women, right? However, it appears that DeJounte looked like people started getting under his skin, and he wrote up a whole long soliloquy. Y'all got to see this. DeJounte addresses. Looked like they finally got him to, they got him to break, right? Because everybody's saying, yo, why she hit, and he wanted to let people know, listen, this ain't me. He said the fact that y'all went from, she changed and living a great life and got away, then boom, he only mad because she outside, because that's what people were saying. So people were very happy when she left YoungBoy and said, yo, we're glad you found a guy who's not going to be on that thug shit, who's like, who wants to make you a wife. He doesn't care if you have a kid. You know, all these bitches want a Russell Wilson. So they can't wait till another sucker comes in and basically is picking up the pieces on another man's safe game. So they thought that's what he wanted.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. So for the most part, what he's speaking to is that women will always create a scenario where they can strengthen their negotiating position. Because again, they look at it like a deal. It doesn't matter if you see it that way or not. They look at it like they making a deal with you. All right. And you need to negotiate the same exact way, or have an idea of, okay, this is what I can tolerate. It's what I can't tolerate. It's what I'm willing to give and all that shit. Whereas for the women, for the most part, especially between black men and black women, we've gotten to a point where the women want to negotiate a deal where they don't have to give anything. Okay. I'm just saying, like, listen, you see that clip that Summer Walker just went viral for, and she said, in so many words, she doesn't want to have sex anymore. She want to play with her toy, and a dude can give her some money. Okay, I'm just saying, bro.
This is what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Yes, man. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
All right. Speaking of being ridiculous, let's go ahead and get into Aiden Ross trying to stand on business. Go ahead, Aiden. Go ahead, man. What's up, man? Talk.
Listen to this. 2021 plus, Drake's killing him. If it's 2010 plus, Drake's killing him. Kendrick catalog is horrible. And y'all know I'm not capping. It's fucking ass. Nobody listened to Mr. Morale. GNX, Drake saved his miraculous career. Wow, the beat. What? Who gives a shit? Kendrick is ass. He does nothing for any other rappers. Doesn't do verses. He does nothing. He does nothing for rap. Drake, you need a verse? Here you go, guys. Here you go. That's why rap is dead. Because Drake is on Iceman. I know for a fact. Drake's not giving no bum ass, no backbone rappers verses. And that's it. And that's it. And that's it. So, you're bouncing on it. It's called loyalty. The guy's been switched up on, fucked over by people that he loved and cared about. And that's my actual brother. I love Drake. And I'll always stand by that.
You know what's crazy is the fact that Aiden Ross is not really even in the culture like that, and Aiden Ross is not really even Drake's generation, right? And he knows how to stand on business and speak for himself more than a lot of different people. For the most part, this whole conversation, even this whole, it's really been a smear campaign. It was never about a beef. First of all, Kendrick didn't do this by himself. It wasn't even his idea. This was the label's idea. And it was very clear it was the label's idea by how the label promoted it and got involved. Again, I always make the argument that if Nas would have had Ether back in 03, when Nas had Ether back in 03, under no circumstance would Nas try to perform that record at the Grammys or on a big platform, nor would he try to do it at the Super Bowl. Because that's like a hip-hop record that's meant to be performed at a certain time, but it was supposed to be promoted a certain way because, again, the label wants you to hear those lyrics. The label wants that song to be big because of what it's about. All right? At the end of the day, you would have never heard any other record that promotes SA, especially the SA of minors, be played on the radio, period. Because that's what the song is about. And not only that, the song is also about basically how bad it is and how much black people do not like white people. That's what it is. That's what you're talking about. All right. All that Black Panther talk, all that colonizer talk. My niggas, stop it. Stop it. Y'all niggas are afraid of white people. Okay? Most niggas are afraid of white people. Them same niggas in your hood that's murderers, they would never kill a white guy. Matter of fact, they never have killed a white guy. And they never would. All right? Because y'all afraid of them niggas, man. So, anywho, the reason why Adin Ross can stand on business and not fold is because he's not beholden to all these stupid rules and ideas and ideals that niggas are held to. For the most part, a big part of black culture is creating pretty much this, how can I say, it's like a prison. It's like a form of slavery for black men where I create all these imaginary rules for you. You know what I'm saying? So the one rule is corny, right? The concept of corny is so specific to the black community, right? That if you try to explain it or try to find an Indian version of the word corny, Indian people don't have a word for that because it's a black concept. Oh, nigga, you corny. And what corny is it's a label that you get. Now, again, you actually could be doing some corny shit, but someone could just feel as though they don't like what you did or like what you said and just call you corny or call you whack. Or say, you know what, you whack as hell for that. There is no Asian equivalent for you corny or you whack as hell for that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's subjective and it enables a person who says it first to basically create some goalpost movement or engage in some goalpost movement. Because again, once I make the critique, the ball's in my court because I'm critiquing. It's up to you now to defend against my critique. Doesn't matter who I am, which is why you don't go back and forth with certain people. Once you start certain conversations, you wind up at a disadvantage because you're in a situation where you're trying to explain yourself. But anyway, someone like Adin Ross, he's not beholden to any of the dumb shit that goes on in the community, to any of these politics. You understand? All right, so this wasn't the actual clip that I wanted. Let me scroll up a little bit. What's this say? Where is it? Hold on, y'all. So there's a clip of Adin Ross going back and forth with Whack 100. Where that shit at? I said they take it down.
What I'm saying is, how could you not like Kendrick?
He ruined hip hop. He ruined rap.
How?
He doesn't do anything for anybody.
No, that's just
No, let me talk.
All right, so we got Whack 100 and we got academics in the background and we got Adin Ross standing on business in a room full of vultures. You understand?
He doesn't do anything for anybody. Whack, you know he doesn't do shit. He doesn't do features. He does nothing for anybody. He's a hater. What's up, Cuff? He does nothing for anybody. He's selfish. He literally his career got saved. You can't name 3 songs off Mr. Morale besides NF or whatever the fuck. Hold on, real quick. Drake brought him on tour. Drake gave him his first feature. He put him on. Let me ask you a question. You remember when Drake brought on French Montana, Meek Mill, J. Cole, Waka Flocka Flame, The Weeknd? He brought everyone on tour with him. Do you remember that? Yeah.
I remember when he took Kendrick on.
First of all, how you gonna ask someone how could you not like? Nigga, what you mean? How could you not like Kendrick? But you know what though? I'm gonna say it's about Whack 100. Whack 100 understands content. Like he's not online for no reason. I love Whack 100 because he created a character for himself, or he was able to take who he is and turn that into an online persona that really works. Now, ironically, he doesn't have a channel. Of course, he got social media and whatnot. He don't really have a channel, but Whack 100 is constantly on the DJ Academic show. He's constantly on No Jumper, right? So he always maintains a certain presence online, and for the most part, no matter what's going on, if it's gangster, if it's some gangster shit involved at all, he gets to speak on it and become an authority on it, right? So to a certain degree, I be having to remind myself that these niggas is doing content, right? But at the end of the day, we'll go ahead and roll with it. I'm about to show y'all a clip from Joey Badass, and this is actually a clip that's 7 years old. And in that clip, he says, Kendrick Lamar has always been marketed to you like the greatest rapper. He's never been the greatest rapper. The people who are dominant in this game, and honestly, as time went on, we started creating this niche space for people who have underperforming music. And I'm not saying that it's not enjoyable. I'm not saying it's not good. But if people are not actually supporting the music, that also speaks to how many people are actually listening to it. Back in 2003, when Joe Budden's first album came out, I was listening to that album. But I understood. Well, I'm sorry. It took time for me to understand. I like this artist. I'm listening to this artist. Everyone's not playing this artist. Right? This is something that I like, right? But I bring these things up because at the end of the day, it's the people who have the records that really move, that push the culture forward. It's the people who are always collaborating, giving out features. Like that's the point the old boy made, was that Drake has been giving out features and keeping the ecosystem going, right? And not only that, what Drake also did was that helped him to keep updating his style. Because I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt like at one point, like, bro, you giving me way too many bangers, and there's no way you have more. Which it wasn't even so much that I thought he didn't have more. Eventually, I didn't realize that mentally he had outgrown me, and it wasn't until I had some more experiences and I bossed up some more that I started hearing Drake's lyrics way different. I always say I think the 4 a.m. Chicago freestyle with Giveon, right? And the way I hear the lyrics, the way I heard those lyrics after I bossed up and made a little money and did my own thing for a little bit and kind of experienced how you become a target for people, how people treat you differently and look at you differently, I started hearing those lyrics way different. You know what I'm saying? My nigga said, me, I go through underground garages. You go in front with your girls. And son, I think he said something. I think he said, you go in with your girls because I don't know who's out there watching. And what he's speaking to is how you gotta move when you a millionaire, how you gotta move when you the kind of nigga that you could be kidnapped. Someone can actually get a bag for you. Someone could kidnap you and threaten to take your life and get a whole bag for you because you're worth money. There's some money somewhere for you. You understand? Or understand like you are always a target. You are always in danger once you get to a certain level. You understand? So anywho, saw a really interesting clip on Twitter that I wanted to play, right? It's from a white teacher, and don't know how true it is, but I thought it was a really interesting conversation about how easily people can be swayed.
Kendrick is winning this thing. You should have stepped foot in a high school today. I, up until today, taught at a very Drake-centric high school. Rich Baby Daddy is the most frequently requested song to put on my class playlist. If I ask students what they're listening to in their headphones, Drake. The week after the leak was a nightmare. But today I walk in and I can feel that there has been a tectonic shift the second I walked into the building.
I'll be back. All right, boom. My bad, y'all. My speaker went out. I'm bring it back real quick. All right, so came across the clip earlier.
Proof that Kendrick is winning this thing, you should have stepped foot in a high school today. I, up until today, taught at a very Drake-centric high school. Rich Baby Daddy is the most frequently requested song to put on my class playlist. If I ask students what they're listening to in their headphones, Drake. The week after the leak was a nightmare. But today I walk in and I can feel that there has been a tectonic shift. The second I walked into the building, I could hear the buzz. I could kind of overhear the conversations and I was like, oh my God, This is a Kendrick school now. I polled my classes on what they thought, and they were ready to throw down for Kendrick. I had like one Drake defender in each class, if that. And honestly, I feel bad for those kids because they were getting screamed at. I had a kid walk into class, phone over his head, blasting BBL Drizzy. And then he went up to his friends and got them to freestyle on it. Like, excuse me? This was a Drake high school. I have students who hate reading who are doing the most meticulous, close reading of these lyrics that I have ever seen. They're finding subtle quadruple entendres and like explain.
There is no such thing as a fucking triple or quadruple entendre. If you come across a triple entendre, that is very rare. There is no First of all, Kendrick does not rap in fucking entendres. Most of Kendrick's raps are sounds and random words. Like it's like a how can I say, a stream of consciousness. I really can't say like Kendrick has any verses that I love bar for bar because of what he's saying. I like his verses because they're the right sounds over the right beat. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really a negative thing. That's a part of having sensibility when it comes to music. So I'll also give him that too. Because I always thought Kendrick was interesting. I never necessarily thought that like he was a hit maker or he was someone that you need to have in a record. I mean, I liked him because of me still having kind of a soft spot for, I guess you could say real hip hop or just that underground feel and everything, right? Whereas over time, and especially over the last year and whatnot, you really got to see how easily influenced people are and how lazy people are and also how people are not able to think for themselves. What that spoke to was, if this is a true story, is how impressionable young people are. If you see headlines and thumbnails and titles on content creators' videos saying Drake got destroyed, Drake got exposed and whatnot, these are young people. Their minds, their brainstem is not developed enough to even be able to discern between that person is being paid payola to speak positively about this record. All they know is some of their favorite content creators and all over social media, this record is being promoted. Not only that, the whole idea was, I think one part of it was creating this activity of finding someone to gang up on. And also, what it also did was, people who were the loud minority, what they did was they expressed themselves in a very loud way, right? In a very confident way. And what they did was they bullied you mentally. She just mentioned that I felt so bad. Why would she have to feel, this is music. Why would you have to feel bad about people defending Drake? What it was is that the first person who took a strong stance, they influenced the rest of the people. Because most people are usually on the fence, or they have a casual opinion about most shit. They don't necessarily always feel strongly about every topic. I don't think people at first even felt strongly about this until you had so many people who were so desperate to hate on Drake. Because even before he dropped Euphoria, I remember having a back and forth with my homeboy. And him basically saying, yo, Kendrick about to kill him, this and that. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, Kendrick is not a bar for bar nigga. Kendrick has never really been nice like that. Kendrick has always been promoted to you like he's mad nice. I think he's always been interesting, right? And in the beginning, his shit was more hip. Because it was kind of awkward. It was kind of offbeat. It was different, because you got to realize, being someone who can be, how can I say, appealing in a mainstream way. I don't know. Let's say you're a mainstream celebrity, right? You being up on or knowing about someone who raps like Kendrick, it would speak to you having a very broad taste in music, a very versatile taste in music, which would in turn make you cool. So Kendrick kind of was always a person where it's like, it's cool to like him. It's cool to be into him, because it's like, because it's shocking to the person you're talking to, or there's a certain shock value to saying that you like Kendrick Lamar's music, especially if you're like white or anything like that. But also, I'm also going to always say that white people, in a way, really hurt the culture because they don't always have the taste level to know who to be promoting. Like, Macklemore was still an actual thing. Okay, that actually happened. Like Macklemore, no disrespect, but probably one of the worst rappers I've ever heard. And not so much in terms of, actually, no, he's kind of whack. Actually, he's kind of whack. But anywho, but what she's also again, what she's speaking to is peer pressure, right? And how easily, what she also spoke to was how easily people can have their minds changed by a few strong titles, some strong words, and a strong attitude. All right. So this is also a lesson in manipulation and communication. So anywho, I want to play this clip from the Joe Budden podcast. Oh no. Let's do the clip from Old Boy. I want to play this clip from Joey Badass. So this is a clip that resurfaced with Joey Badass and a few other brothers talking about hip hop in general. See if I can find. There we go. Boom.
Joey, yourself, few other MCs are important to the kids because they don't understand they need balance. I see it a little different. Kendrick, J. Cole, Joey, yourself, few other MCs are important to the kids because they don't understand they need balance. You might not be conscious of needing balance,
Agree
but
with
you
that.
need balance.
Agree
So
with
when
that.
you're saturated with
But he's also the biggest rapper. Hold up. But he's also the biggest, best rapper because it's publicized that way. That's what's being pushed onto the masses. But you can ask the kids and shit at the lunch tables, what's Kendrick's favorite bar on the album? They're just gonna tell you their favorite song. They don't really care about that shit, bro. Everybody else is validating the fact.
No, it's published. I see it a little different. Kendrick, J. Cole, Joey, yourself, few other MCs are important to the kids because they don't understand they need balance. You might not be conscious of needing balance,
Agree
but
with
you
that.
need balance.
Agree
So when
with
you're
that.
saturated
But
with
he's also the biggest rapper. Hold up. But he's also the biggest, best rapper because it's publicized that way.
And so what he's saying is that has always been Kendrick's marketing scheme, is that, yo, I'm so lyrical and I'm so real, and basically the whole culture. Because for the most part, right, when you think about when Kendrick Lamar became like really big, he became really big around the time where black people started getting more into like, it was like the second pro-black wave where you had like the good wood chains where they had like the wooden African piece. You saw niggas wearing that. All right, you started niggas wearing more dashikis. Then around 2018, you had the Black Panther, which was like the height of the like pro-black era, where we're all trying to like kind of for the most part explore that whole concept of being pro-black and supporting one another, I guess, right, and being righteous, but which always leads to like veganism and vegan adjacent thinking and whatnot, and which will always kind of lead you back to conservative values, because what it's going to lead you back to is thinking what actually works and what can I do to actually have things work in my favor. But anywho, Kendrick Lamar became big around that time. Also, a few other things played into that. You had a lot of artists because the internet was the wild, wild west at one point, and it kind of still is, right? But you had different platforms promoting different kind of artists, and what that kind of did was give promotion and platforms to people that you wouldn't normally hear, or people who weren't really on the radio. And people like that were able to gain a following through basically getting posts on the right blog. So I always refer to nowright.com. Nowright.com is the kind of blog that was going to post a Slaughterhouse song, going to post a Kendrick song. Now, I remember reading his name and seeing his name a lot, and I wouldn't actually click any of those songs or those posts because I simply thought someone named Kendrick Lamar did not sound like any kind of superstar that I want to listen to. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until I heard Kendrick on the Drake album, and I learned, oh shit, so that's who Kendrick Lamar is. All right, let me go ahead and check him out. Then I heard Section 80, and then the rest is history, right? Section 80 and Damn are my two favorite projects from Kendrick. The rest of it, to be real with you, like Good Kid, Mad City, I made myself listen to the album and I made myself like it. I didn't hate it really, but it was, again, and it's not that it's whack, but I do remember like feeling when I first heard it, I was very underwhelmed. I didn't really have like a favorite song on the album really, because a lot of songs, it was so conceptual. And I think that kind of did like make it work, but a lot of the records, like I don't like the pace of it. I don't like the BPMs. Like swimming pools. Again, I like it, right? But like he's not so I think sounds good, too good over slow shit. I think Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was a pretty like pretty cool record. But again, it was fitting for that time though, because you had Hobson, niggas like Lil B. There was a lot of weirdos at that time, right? So that whole tone of how he's rapping, like that was perfect for that time. So his tone, it didn't really stick out, or just how he rapped in general. It didn't bother you as much because he kind of was like a breath of fresh air, and it was like it was almost like he had perfected conscious rap in a way, right? In a way where it was listenable and it was enjoyable. That's why Section 80 was so dope, because those beats and those songs are actually very good songs that move at a good pace, good BPM, good lingo. You know what I'm saying? Just all that shit. And it's also a better vibe. Like ADHD, a record like ADHD is still a better vibe than it's not a thing too. You don't be making no fucking bops, like no actual vibes. And I had to realize, like, yo, we don't let this nigga think that he's such a good rapper that he don't gotta make records that people can just rock out to and enjoy. Like, and then that's why I hate G and X. I heard shit one time. Now I've heard some of the records so many times in the gym. They became a little more catchy to me, but it's just everything about it put a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. Mostly because of how it was presented, how it came about, right, and the light in which the album was presented to me. And also, too, keeping it stacked, I don't want to hear West Coast beats. I don't want to hear West Coast sounding music. People do not like West Coast music like that. You understand? We don't want to hear shit that sounds like hyphy music. That has never been big for the rest of the community. That's why hyphy came and went back in 2006. Tell me when to go. No, nigga, I will tell you when to go. You understand? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into your boy DJ Head. Pause. So here's exhibit. Let's play this first. Let's do this. Go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna get my overlay real quick. Hold on, y'all. So this is from the interview on the Joe Budden podcast. He was there recently. This nigga is even wearing Dodger Blue. There's a record on the Kendrick album called Dodger Blue. This nigga is up there wearing a Dodgers jacket and hat. My nigga.
Like, yeah, bro, y'all out here playing fair. This is what's going on. And he did, I will say this, I won't say this publicly, but he told me there's two artists that he knows for sure that doesn't bop. He said it's Kendrick Lamar and DaBaby. He told me, and this person that fucks with the people, he said, those, whatever they got, them numbers is real. That's what he told me. Like, yeah, bro, y'all out here playing fair. This is what's going.
If you watch this interview and watch the facial expressions of everyone in the room, they're all looking at him like, bro, that train is over. We are no longer being compensated by the powers that be to speak positively about this man, all right? Because for the most part, it's a mixture of allegedly, right, them getting they palm greased, and also, listen, I'm telling you something right now. Rappers hate other talented rappers. The way they look at other rappers who actually do their thing, they really hate on them niggas. And shout out to Joe, but Joe he got something real bad with Drake. Okay, it is what it is, bro. Like, yo, that nigga. I mean, you know what? Listen, it could be that Joe just understands content, but yo, that nigga, that nigga got a personal vendetta with that nigga for real. Matter of fact, I got a few joints on that to begin with. But anywho, I wanted to play the original clip that I reacted to before, but I wasn't able to save it. But let's check this out real quick. Where is it?
You don't think
so? This is DJ Head talking about the Iceman album, right? So what he's saying is the Iceman album is going to be underwhelming, right? And he speaks, first of all, it's everything he's saying. It's like listening to a sovereign citizen get pulled over. If you watch any sovereign citizen stop, they all go through the same script because they are all literally reading from the same script and the same playbook. Because what happens is they meet someone online, or they go to a website, or meet someone at the local library who convinces them that, hey, there's a whole set of secret laws that you don't know about, and you could pay me $30 and I want to give you a special ID to carry with you. And if you get pulled over, basically, you never ever have to renew this ID or go to the DMV ever again, because you can just say you turned your ID in and you now have an ID that some nigga from the library gave you, or an ID that Brother Jafar It's some nigga named Jafar who got some cargo pants. He pops out of the bushes, or I don't know. He meets you at Panera Bread. He meets you over there to give you the car. But anyway, if you ever watch a sovereign citizen in court get pulled over, they read from the same script, and it's the same thing with anyone who tries to pretty much like DJ Head is probably listen. This nigga is so full of shit. Like watching him communicate, watching him run these goddamn plays, it's pathetic, bro. It's a mixture of so many things that's wrong with niggas, man. And one of those things is standing on business. One of those things is being honest. Another thing is the fact that this nigga feel comfortable doing this bullshit because black culture creates a safe haven and a rest haven for hoe ass niggas and hoe ass activity. Now I'm not saying he a hoe ass nigga, but bro. So at one point he says, yo, we don't want to hear this, we don't want to hear that, we just want you to rap, right? But I'm going to ask this question. First and foremost, why should anyone be listening to you? No, get me wrong, you can have an opinion, right? But even in this exchange right here, you are being given the floor as if your opinion, as if you have the credibility or you're saying anything that actually makes sense. What he wants to do is create and again, men will do this shit. Especially in the black community, niggas will create an imaginary narrative. It's because they don't like you. One of the reasons why Drake has always been hated is because there will always be people who don't want things to move forward and they want to bring back previous eras. You cannot bring back any era. Eras stay where they are. Now, you can borrow things from them. Don't get me wrong. There may be certain fashion trends that come back in style, but fashion trends and maybe acknowledging, I don't know, maybe collecting nostalgic or vintage pieces of memorabilia or whatever may come back around. But that's the closest we get. Besides that, and a rerun of our favorite TV show or re-release. Other than that, there is no bringing anything back because that was that time and that was that time only. The only thing you can do, honestly, moving forward is try to improve that particular thing. And that's the issue with relationships, and also that's the issue with hip hop. So people, Drake, whether you like it or not, he moves hip hop forward. Okay, with what he was doing. If Drake would have listened to niggas like DJ Head, he would have never got nowhere. It took me a long time to realize, yo, you can't listen to these niggas whether they telling you a positive thing or a negative thing, because you have to know for yourself what the truth is. And that's why it's important to always be practicing being honest, right? Telling the truth, being genuine, and always pondering and refining right and wrong on an everyday basis for the rest of your life. So anyway, DJ Hay is going to talk about how the album's going to be underwhelming. And again, Drake just put out Nokia. That song is double platinum. The song went viral. The joint with Party Next Door, people really enjoyed that album. But what you've heard over the last year is that, and it's not so much even about the Kendrick and Drake thing, it's just about how niggas will lie for the sake of hating on someone else, especially dark-skinned niggas. Like, dark-skinned niggas have been getting exposed left and right for being straight up buster-ass niggas and being haters, yo. And you kind of starting to see, like, yo, y'all really get away with a lot of different shit. The other day, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man, like, that's when I knew I had to get my tires fixed, man. I knew, like, yo, if I keep coming to this tire pump to get this free air, I'm going to run into a fucking dickhead. Yo, I'm like, yo, this nigga really pulled up and cut in front of everyone. And I don't know what he said to the guy who got out the car. It don't seem as though it was a confrontation, but he was with the lady that was next to him, right? Either way, nigga, you know goddamn well that you cannot pull up outside of a line for a fucking air pump and just skip the line. And of course it was a dark-skinned dude with fucking Crocs on getting out the goddamn car. I'm like, bro, that makes no fucking sense. But if you really think back and go over your life, right? Go over all the events in your life. I was talking to my homeboy where I said, yo, if you a black man, you've experienced at least one dark-skinned dude in your face with his eyes all bugged out, you know what I'm saying, and with a whole vein popping out his neck. We've all experienced the dark-skinned dude who always seem a little mad. The more dark-skinned nigga is, the more kind of mad he seems. He looked like, you know, he just not having a good time. You know what I mean? So anywho, let's go ahead and play DJ Head.
Iceman the project is gonna be underwhelming though.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Nigga said, yeah. Hold on, let's bring that shit back.
I like
You don't think Iceman the project is gonna be underwhelming though.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. See, this is what I mean. Like, we can tell.
I'm not being biased.
You think it's gonna be underwhelming?
Yes. Because
why? What makes you think that?
I just don't think that he's in a space where, based on the things that have happened, the stuff he's put out, everything that's going on, I don't believe in the movement. I don't believe that because the thing is, when you got some shit, you present the shit
and you move like it.
Like it.
You don't like the album with Party?
Bro, these are stutter steps. You don't. This is some. I don't understand what's going on.
The Party
but
album's hard.
It's just you don't. When you know you got some shit, you say it with your chest.
Do you but you ain't answer the question.
What's the question?
You didn't like the album he did with Party?
No.
They are all gently checking him. They're gently checking, bro. Are you saying, like, do you realize you sound fucking stupid? What they were really trying to do is trying to save him from all these bad comments he about to get in this comment section, flaming him online. That era is over. People are waking the fuck up and starting to tell the truth again. That whole, again, the media played a big part in people having these strong ass opinions online. Not only that, the people who argued in favor of Kendrick, who are supposed to be more righteous and more intelligent, because it stopped being about the bars. It started, for the most part, in order for Kendrick to win this battle, y'all had to find all these reasons, and you couldn't judge it based off of the first impact or just based off of like what you heard. Telling me that Family Matters is not better. I'm sorry. It's not better than Not Like Us. It's fucking crazy. And Family Matters, Drake is fucking bodying this nigga for like 7 minutes. My brother actually argued, I just wish he would have focused more on Kendrick. I'm like, nigga, he rapped for 6 minutes about Kendrick. What the fuck are you talking about? But as a young person, he doesn't realize, bro, you are more easily swayed. You think your opinion is stronger than mine? I'm 30. I think at that point I was 30. I'm 36 years old. I'm actually in this shit. I've beat mad niggas in battle rapping. I know what good bars are, bro. No, absolutely not. Most of that shit was corny and weird. It's fucking weird. All right, like no. Niggas was, and listen, one of my homeboys, he a real dark skinned dude, and I had to run. Like, you know what? You are biased, and you're also a hater. I mean, that's my man. But yo, I'm like, listen, even as my friend, he may not always realize when he's doing it. But yo, my nigga, you've hated on me. Okay, listen, because sometimes niggas don't even realize when they hating. But anywho, DJ Head, what he's doing is what I call baby mama arguing. He's arguing like a baby mama, where he's gaslighting, making up shit, and he's creating a narrative. Because everyone in the room is basically, in a very respectful way, saying, "You're fucking bugging." You heard Joe say, "Nah, nigga, the party album is hard." That's Joe's way of saying that was a very good fucking project. Now, mind you, that shit came out in February. This is November right now. Everyone on that podcast is still playing those records right now. Why? Because they are effective. For all the artists out there, if you want to make music, and this is something I think about all the time, is am I effective right now with this record? Is this record effective? Is it doing what it needs to do? Is it giving what it needs to give? Is it effective? The music that's on Some Sexy Songs for You, that's effective. You can play these songs around a group of people, and they're going to move a group of people. You can play some of these songs when you fucking. You can play some of these songs in the car. Because they're effective songs. Almost every song on there is a good-ass record. It's simple and easy to listen to. And also well-structured. A lot of those songs don't even have hooks. Like, Drake got mad records on there where it don't got a hook. It's just that every part of the record is really good. You understand? So saying that Iceman will be underwhelming, not only that, bro, the Lucy's he put out there, people like those records, man. Doghouse, yo, the other day, somebody on Instagram was posting about how people keep talking about these numbers that Drake has. Drake has had his biggest streaming year ever. And they're trying to claim that, oh no, that's because people are playing his old shit. No, nigga. No. You're online too much. You don't realize when someone's doing content, and listen, the average listener, the average person online is not able to discern between someone posting something for the sake of getting you to click versus someone really believing what they're saying to you. All right?
No. It's R&B though.
Did you like the album?
Remember I said I don't like R&B.
Did you like the album he did with 21?
That was bad. It was, yeah, I like that.
If a nigga ever tell you that he don't like R&B, first of all, it's just certain things that niggas say that will let you into where their taste is at. And listen, some people have bad taste. Another reason why these niggas want Kendrick to have his win so bad is because for them, what it means is that it's okay for me to have bad taste. Basically, being whack is in. All right, being uncool is in. Yes. You don't have to be special. You don't have to be particularly good at what you do in order to thrive. That's why y'all niggas like it. It's because these are the kind of niggas that get rejected, or these are the kind of niggas that resent. Everyone gets rejected, but these are the kind of niggas that resent and hold on to rejection for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? These is the kind of niggas that see relationships as like they value relationships as if you're lucky to get in one. Not looking at it like, yo, I can get into a relationship whenever I want. Bro, I can have a girlfriend whenever I want. It's a girlfriend. What? Like, what? I can get especially if I'm not being particular. Bro, I can have a girlfriend in like 1 week. All right? Which again, is nothing to brag about. Girls always want you to commit to them. Doesn't mean she's in love with me. Doesn't mean anything special. But for niggas with no motion, that would be special to you. But this is the kind of this is that kind of guy. You understand? But if he said I don't like R&B, what the fuck you mean you don't like R&B? Who don't like R&B? And somebody made a really important joke. No, I'm sorry, a very funny joke. I said important joke. A really funny joke. This nigga said, "So what do you play when the girls come over? Mobb Deep?" I'ma answer that for you. He don't play shit because ain't no bitches coming over. Some niggas are just actually weirdos. We gotta accept that, bro. That's what this shit bought out. Cause it's like, yo, Screwface, Gene, it's endless niggas who got some rough looking faces and a bunch of corny dark skinned niggas who have been at the forefront this entire time caping for Kendrick, trying to tell me it's the culture. My nigga, Kendrick is so tone deaf. He made a record called "The Party Is Over," the party is dead. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not how hip hop goes. It's hot or it's not. Kendrick has conned y'all into giving him a position in hip hop where he don't really gotta give you no heat because you're gonna make it hot.
Yeah. Let me ask you, do you think that's based on his relationship with the label, or do you think that's just because he don't have a product that he feel confident about?
Do you think he's floundering?
No, I think that he doesn't have a direction. I think he's lost creatively.
Well, that could be true.
That's possible.
That could be true.
I think he's lost, and I think that which camera is mine? This one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one?
Top one.
All we want you to do is rap, bro. Just rap. Give us some slaps, rap. Do your shit. We don't need all of the extra, I get it. Creatively, you want to do different things and stuff like that, but at the same time, that's not what we don't love the theatrics. We love the record.
Is your weed his weed? If that makes sense.
He says your weed his weed. These niggas, he's not getting no rhythm on this shit. He's not getting no support. You can see him scrambling and scraping for shit, man. You can hear him scrambling and scraping for shit. Yo, whenever people describe something and they can't get to specifics, if they don't describe actual events and actual actions taken by a certain person, that person is bullshitting. What theatrics are you talking about? Exactly. Are you saying that basically? Because this is someone who is a goalpost mover. He's arguing in a way where he's not using hating language and hateful language. He's trying to make this shit sound like he's saying some profound shit that he really thought about and that he really means. But it's not that. It's no nigga, no, bro. You're a hater. Who are you to say that he has no creative direction? and Kendrick does. Kendrick didn't write a majority of the songs on that album. A majority of the songs on that album got mad writers, okay? And also, the nigga who made Taylor Swift's album helped him do GNX or produce GNX. And that's probably why it sounds that way. Because what that guy did was listen to Not Like Us and say, okay, let's go ahead and make an album, like dead ass. Like, let's go ahead and make an album that sounds like that. And not only that, they try to give him records that are easier to kind of get into. And don't get me wrong, like, it's not whack as in like, yo, it's unbearable. It's whack as in like, yo, bro, like you're part of the big three. And like, to be real with you, there hasn't really been any progression or any improvement since Damn. Because when you hear Damn, you think, all right, we're going to get more records like that. And Damn is dope because all of the beats are unique. Whereas the GNX album, there are songs that either take themselves too serious or that there are songs that it's like you're rapping. It's like a style of rap that's kind of dead, where the rapper raps about or raps like, oh my God, I'm so good at rapping. That's not fly anymore. You still have to give niggas lifestyle. You still have to give niggas your heart. Have to give niggas some commentary, some culture. You cannot just raps about how you feel and I think of my hard work. Let Lil Wayne down. They go, what? What are you talking about? What a hard work, sir? You didn't do any hard work. The label did all the hard work. Are you serious? But anywho, like I said before, if Drake was to listen to niggas or would have listened to niggas like DJ Head, he would have never became what he became. Because niggas been saying that from the beginning. All right, and when it comes to your creative expression, you can't let niggas who can't even make a record to begin with tell you how to do it or what you should be doing. And not only that, again, it's been 15 years and that man has stayed in everyone's how can I say, has stayed relevant the entire time, but not just relevant. At the top, he's still there. So obviously, he knows what he's doing. This shit is over, man.
Like, when you say we,
I'm talking from my perspective and the people that I have the conversations with. This is Gina's sentiment as well. We talk about on our radio show with the listeners and whatnot. It's like people just want give us the raps, give us the shit. If you have some shit and you like, well, I'm gonna save it. Oh, it's some shit coming, but it never arrives. Then what do you love to think?
Just teasing.
Plus, to Ish's point, he brought up the label thing. That's bullshit propaganda too. The labels, I said this over and over again for the last year and a half. The labels don't give a fuck. You probably tested it. If they got some shit, they want to put the shit out because they want to make money. They don't actually give a fuck who they make money off of, how they make money off of it. They don't give a fuck.
No, that's Park's sentiment. I disagree.
That's my sentiment.
That's Park's sentiment.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Yeah. If putting them out,
In so many different words, everyone on the podcast knows that's bullshit. Yes, the label. This nigga just said the label will never try to sabotage an artist. Yes, the fuck they would. They're about to get into the whole point about Drake is trying to leave UMG and he's taking his catalog with him. He's also taking the money that is worth with him. And UMG will not be getting that money no more. So if that's the case, and on top of that, they have been in renegotiation for a long time. They owe him about $1 billion. You think it wouldn't be worth it to them to drive his price down? What the fuck are you talking about? This nigga, and again, we've never ever had niggas hate a rapper so bad that you're arguing that let record labels do good business and they always support the artist and they're just great. Every artist has an issue with their record label or has had to damn near sue their record label or get the lawyers involved or something. There's always a discrepancy. To the point where people are expected to have bad contracts for the first album because you're a new artist. At one point, Prince was warring with the label to the point where he started putting out music under the name The Artist. And that's how we got the moniker The Artist, formerly known as Prince. And then Kanye did the same thing. Rather than put out music under Kanye West, he put out music under Ye. You know what I'm saying?
Putting a product out helps him towards his goal of getting released or removing himself from the label, then I would want to extend it and not put it out. Like I would almost damn near stepped on what you gonna do.
Not just that. If I know you trying to leave me alone, I'm gonna step on your shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, you see the basketball all the time. The Golden State Warriors was damn near sitting Kuminga on purpose and not playing him on purpose, even though he could have helped the team be in a better position. They was sitting that motherfucker on purpose.
Okay, so how would that take place in music?
If I know you want to leave, let's say, because I'm not the biggest
Whatever scenario
music guy, but a business, right? If I know that you got one album left, and I want you to re-sign, I could put your album off and push your album back almost in some extortion type shit, so you can resign 3-4 more albums.
Okay.
Or if you don't do that, now I'm gonna damn near dumb your brand down to the point where your value is lessened.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that only makes sense if you don't want the thing to be a same or greater value once you why would you want your product to be diminished? You still have to make money off of this project.
Yeah, but they so big that they have bite their nose and spite their face. I still got your old catalog that's moving units through the wazoo. The nigga's the most streamed nigga every fucking month, every year. You get what I'm saying? So we still making money.
To Ish's point, we are saying there's a possibility that the label could be looking at him in a similar manner that you are. A kid without direction that's lost his identity, whose better days are behind him. So we can end this. We don't have to pump a whole bunch of marketing dollars. We don't have to do what we did before. We own all the old shit. That's when it was popping. Now, and you sued us, we mad. Who knows? That's what we're saying. Don't have to go one way.
No, I can see that. Everything's a possibility.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, to me, that doesn't make the most business sense.
There you go. Okay.
It doesn't make business sense.
For the short term.
No, it doesn't make business sense.
This is all for the sake of defending Kendrick, because basically this whole conversation is to how can I say it's to validate Kendrick, and basically give more validation to Kendrick's quote unquote win. Because the more we talk about the label having an issue, because he knows that if he admits, okay, the label has an issue with Drake. First of all, it's known that the industry hates Drake because Drake does what he wants to do. He's one of the few artists that's very fucking rich off of music. Very few artists are actually rich because of the music. A lot of these niggas are rich because of the endorsements they have, the other businesses they have and stuff like that, or probably having a record label with other people on it. This nigga is arguing record labels have been devaluing their artists for a long time. Then what the fuck happened to Michael Jackson? The fuck happened to Prince? Chris Brown? All these different people. Bill Cosby. Puff Daddy. Puff got jammed up because he fucked with the wrong people. Yeah, even though Puff made them money and stuff like that, right? They still disciplined him. They still came and got him. I said, all right, okay. Oh, you want to sue? All right, okay, we got you. Then boom.
Goddamn, they done got Diddy. I used to look.
They done got Diddy. All right, man. We almost at the 2-hour mark, man. We're gonna go ahead and end it right here, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. I love y'all. Oh, my bad. Shit's still going. Subscribe to the channel, man. Let's go ahead and roll out. We out. Peace. Love y'all.